December 2025 was such a great month, and I'm so excited to review the month of December with you all today. It was a great month. Let's get real. I was up almost $15,000 on the month. I am paper trading, and I'm doing that to prove to myself that I can become a consistently profitable trader as I focus on my entries and exits. If some of you are struggling with consistency and just really having a hard time with where to get in, where to get out, just trust the system that you're using and continue to work on yourself. And that is the benefit that paper trading has provided me. Now, in December, I had a great month, and we're going to take a look at my metrics for the month of December here shortly. But I want to emphasize that I'm not encouraging you to purchase any of the stocks that I talk about. This is for entertainment purposes only. But it does demonstrate to me that I am able to do this, and you as well can learn to do this if you put in the effort, you stay consistent, you focus on improving yourself. Because at the end of the day, you don't need to be perfect, it needs to be repeatable. The process that you're following doesn't have to be perfect, it has to be repeatable. And it's about progress over perfection. And that's what paper trading allows you to do. So I'm excited to share my December with you. I'll bring that up here. Let's talk through the metrics and let's dive right into it. This is my December 2025 trading performance. Net profit just under $15,000 for the month. But this isn't about flexing a number. This is about how it was made, and more importantly, the framework behind it. When you look at this calendar, the first thing that should jump out to you is that this isn't perfection. It's consistency. Nobody's a perfect trader. You're going to struggle. I had struggled, or I had days that I struggled here, like on December the 3rd when I was down $5,700. And what you do get from this is you see these green weeks. So you see these green weeks stacked in a row. And even with these red days in the middle, the week stayed positive, which is critical. That is intentional. The month wasn't built on, one massive home run trade where I went out and made $10,000 in a single trade. It was built on a controlled risk and repeatable execution, and then letting probability do its job. So let's talk about the red days. They're definitely more important than the green ones because these red days, they teach a lesson. And this red day of $5,700 was a day that I let myself kind of lose a little bit of control. And I got down about 1,500, which typically is around my max loss. And I thought, you know what, I can get it back. I had this great day on Monday at 6,800. And then, I was down 1,500 and I'm like, well, I could really make this a great week. So let me try a little bit harder. And, that was the one day of the month that I, in hindsight, could have done a lot better. And it's important to keep in mind that in the future, these other smaller red days at 1,100, 875, and then 1,500, those are contained losses. They're not these massive blow up days, right? Every losing day was capped, no revenge trading, no trying to get it back, besides this day, which I obviously quickly learned from. And the moment that the trade thesis broke on these other days, risk just came off. That's where most traders fail. It's not because they're wrong. We all have losing trades. It's because most traders stay wrong too long. So my goal is simple. Never let one bad day damage the week. Never let one bad trade damage the account. Losses or tuition. Oversized losses are definitely negligence. So the real key to this is consistency over time. Like anybody can go out and have a single winning trade or maybe a string of winning trades, but to create consistency where week after week after week, you can dial in a consistently profitable month, that's when you really start to fine tune that skill and prove, okay, this is something you can do. So these weeks of 4,100, 4,100, 2,000, 2,100, 2,300, that's not luck. It's a system. That's a system doing what it's designed to do. I wasn't swinging harder as the month went on. I wasn't increasing risk out of emotion. Same process, same rules, same execution. So really that consistency is what turns trading from gambling into a business. And one of the key things that really helped me in the month of December was this focus on letting the trades work, meaning I'm adding to my winners. So as important as it is to cut losses, like on this day that's 875, 1100, or even these days I had some losing trades mixed in, it was critical to cut those losses quick, right? And The second part of that is adding to your winners. So on strong trend days, you should be looking to scale into that strength. And that's a critical principle because if you're going to have some losers, then you need to have your winners be bigger, right? And the way you can do that is size up as the market's proving you're right. So I let confirmation invite size. This is a great example on Monday the 1st, where the stock that I was trading started out at about $12 a share. As I sized into that strength, I ended up with an average cost of about $14 a share. Well, the stock went all the way to 19. And so at $5 a share average, you don't have to take a big position necessarily to end up with a great day as you're letting the move work in your favor. So instead of going all in early, I built positions as the market proved me right. And that's how you see these days like 6,800, this day here at 2,900, here's a day here at 2,700. Those are days where the market was a little bit, a little bit stronger. I was able to size up a little bit better. Okay. So the important part of this is to let those big trades work in your favor, right? The big days come from a clear bias, clean execution, and then letting the market do the heavy lifting. You're not trying to oversize and hit a home run in a single trade. So this month reinforces what is my core framework. That is process over profits. If I execute well, the P&L will follow. Risk defines the trade. Okay. Entries don't matter if the exits aren't controlled. Number three, size is earned, not forced. You got to add to those winners, cut your losers quickly, right? Have that stop loss, have the discipline to exit, and then look for the setup if it gives it to you again. Number four, weeks matter more than days, right? Like anybody steps to the plate any given day, and you don't know what the market's going to offer. But overall, what matters more is this weekend performance, right? So even if you have a pretty rough day at 5,700, but you're consistently chipping away, you can end up with a nice profit on the week, right? So I trade to protect the week, not my ego. Number five, consistency always beats intensity. I don't need to be perfect. There's not a perfect trader out there. You're not going to pick or snipe the bottom and then pick or snipe the top. It's just not going to happen. So the intent is to get yourself in the flow of the trade and then just repeat that process. I don't need perfect, I need repeatable. So this framework that I have, it removes the emotion, helps me manage the emotion. Look, even paper trading this is a paper trading account. Like I still feel the strain, I still feel the fear, and that's good because what it proves to me is that if I can follow a process consistently while I'm paper trading, then I should be able to translate these results, albeit in a smaller fashion to begin with. I should be able to translate that into live trading again. Okay. When emotion leaves, that clarity definitely shows up on what you should do. So in closing, December wasn't special because of the dollar amount. Look, I ended up nearly $15,000, so 14,726 and 87 cents. It was special because it proved something that when discipline leads and execution follows, results become inevitable. So you can find consistency in a process, in an environment that has a lot of unknown factors. As you're disciplined and you're executing consistently, you can find that success. So there's no hype, no shortcuts, just execution, risk control, and respect for the process. That's how trading becomes sustainable. And it's critical to recognize like the reason that I'm trading in a paper account is because I needed to prove to myself that I could do this consistently, that I could create these consistent green weeks and these strings of green days, as well as managing these red days. And as I mentioned, Wednesday, December 3rd was a great learning day to recognize like, hey, look, you're still susceptible to this. Trading is a process and it's a process of personal improvement. So if you're struggling out there, I get it. I've been in your shoes. I sit in the same boat, same seat every day. I feel those same emotions even on a paper trading platform, but it's critical that you can prove to yourself that your execution works in this setting before you look to trade real money.